All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. My guest at this time is actor director Matt Burns. Matt Burns, thanks for coming back to the show.
Hey man, thanks for having me. I know a couple we had some bad luck the last couple times I tried to get on here, with like technology problems and like sickness and all kinds of stuff. We had a few
Yes,
issues. So I'm just really happy to be on. I'm really happy to be on here with you again, bro.
we were thinking of doing like a cutout, just your face and just someone
Yeah,
talking.
yeah, and I could just talk over it. Yeah, I was gonna say, and just play like old recordings of me talking.
Yes. So, for those watching.
Dan, you left me. Well, everybody, it's just the Matt Burns show now. I guess let's. I was gonna say, I guess it's just me. How's everybody doing out there in Dan-A-Plooza land? I guess it's just. Oh, there he is. I thought I was going to do the whole show myself now.
So, something happened with the stream where it disappeared. That was my John Cena act. That will be the only.
I was gonna say we got Drax the Destroyer up in here, just vanishing out of nowhere. We got like I say, I thought I was going to ask the questions and answer them. That would have been interesting.
We're doing a Sopranos opening where everything just fades to black, and there it is.
Get yourself a gun, yeah. Get yourself. But yeah, like I said, thanks for having me on again, Dan. Like I mean, I haven't seen you since a couple 4 states ago. Hopefully, we'll change that. Change that maybe next year. And when like so we'll get to get to hang out again. Like I said, yeah, that was a lot of fun though. But I mean, yeah, I've been staying pretty busy, man. A lot of movie stuff going on now. I tell you, this whole area has just exploded. A lot of new filmmakers, a lot of stuff going on. So it's really great to see the growth in it.
Yeah, I think that is amazing with the things going on. I wanted to get into the Haunted Screams Expo. So
yeah, that's a show. Yeah, that's a show that it's actually in it's in Hampton Roads, Virginia, which is down near Norfolk, Virginia Beach area. I met the promoter. I was gonna say I met him a few years back through Carolina Fear Fest, the other show I do down south, and he's really a great guy. And I mean it's really a fun show. They've got a lot of cool guests, a lot of cool stuff happening there. We got it's just gonna be a lot of fun. We got like Brett Wagner, Robert Bukes, CJ Graham, just a lot of really cool people going to be going on there. Yeah, you can check it out on Facebook, Instagram. I think it's Haunted Screams, all one word.com. I've been helping kind of behind the scenes with it for a while, and I can't wait to finally get down there this year. I'm actually going to be in attendance this time, which I'm really looking forward to.
The first person, one of the first people I ever met was Robert Mukes at Horror Realm Con, and I got the 8x10 where he's driving in the truck from the Devil's Rejects. And he used to send me like happy birthday, and there would be like eyeballs and fingers, like all these different stuff, and post on my wall.
He's a great guy, but man, that's one big mofo right there, man. I would not want to cross that dude, man. He's really big. But just a great guy. We had him at Carolina Fear Fest. He's a great guest at any convention. Him and Brett Wagner are both just fantastic guests at any convention. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are they're just great. I mean they just have a ball at any convention. Felissa Rose, Nancy Ann Ritter, they're all there. There's a lot of Jim Crut. I mean, there's a lot of really great people out there that are doing these cons. I mean, I'm glad to see that they're, I'm always glad to see when they get invited, because the con's just going to be so much better with them, involved. So, but yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, it's next month, September 16th and 17th at the Hampton Conventions. I believe it's called the Hampton Roads Convention Center. And like I said, but yeah, you can look it up on hauntedscreams.com, and they have event page and Facebook page and all that good stuff. So
exactly. The Only Ones, I know you were working on that, and has that wrapped up?
Yeah, it's wrapped filming. I mean, and a lot of the editing is we've actually got a first rough cut done. We're waiting to get get it back with like the actual score, the soundtrack, and all that good stuff. But it's looking like a great movie. I mean, it's really. I mean, Jordan Miller has done a fantastic job with this film. I cannot wait for people to see it next year. We're going to be going on a world tour with this thing probably next year, because we really want everybody to see it, because it was shot very well and just done very well. The acting was great. I mean, again, we had a lot of the usual suspects. Some of the people I just named, actually. We had, Nancy Ann Ritter, and Brett Wagner did the opening monologue, kind of like in the vein of John Larroquette's Texas Chainsaw Massacre monologue. And, Jim, like I said, Jim Crud, Nancy, Christopher Inlow. I mean, and we had a great cast of local folks too, like Zach Rutschkin, Emily Clausen, Paul Cotman. I mean, these people are really, really good actors, and I can't wait for people to see it. Actually, I play a small part in the movie too, actually, and I'm more or less the comic relief like usual, but it was a lot of fun, and I just can't wait for everybody to see this movie. Hopefully, we'll have it. We'll have it around maybe next year's Creature Feature or 4-State Comic Con, or around that time. Next spring, hopefully, it'll be ready to go.
I immediately when you were said the only ones in doing a tour, like the Step Brothers vibe.
Boats and hoes, baby, all day long. Boats and hoes.
The only ones worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide. Yeah. But yeah, no, like I said, boats and hoes all day, every day.
Yeah. Oh man, and that's great when you mentioned Creature Feature, because I'm looking to go to that next year. So I've never.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, you haven't been to that one yet? Yes, yeah. Craig does a pretty good job with that one. So, like I said, but yeah, we'll hopefully we'll have the film ready and everything. Like I said, yeah, I mean, we're going to be hitting a lot of shows next year. We've sent the trailer around. A lot of people have been getting a lot of positive feedback. So, I mean, this thing's going to go pretty far, I hope. So,
and I know that. So, when you made this film, how long did it take you to do it?
It's I'd say shooting it probably took about 9 months to a year. We had one scene that was a bit elusive, but once we got it done, it was fantastic. I'm really happy that we decided not to cut that from the film or compromise it any, because it came out really well. I'm not gonna say what scene it is, obviously, because I don't want to give spoilers, but yeah, it was. I mean, but we did a fantastic job, and thankfully we ran into some really good people that let us do it. Kind of off the grid, if you will. But you'll see when you watch it. It did really well, and I can't wait for I just can't wait for everybody to see this film, because it's just been really, really good. So I can't wait for people to see this film, because it's one of the best things that I've produced so far. So
that's great, and that's amazing, and I hope it goes really, really well for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, buddy. Like I said, yeah, and yeah, like I said, it's funny. We also had the little zombie movie called Zero. Of course, have you seen that yet? It's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube for free, but and it actually has like close to 60,000 views in 2 weeks, which is insane. I mean, we didn't think that the movie would do that well, but here it is. I mean, it's definitely has that kind of low budget cult classic feel to it, like Thanksgiving or one of those kind of, or Carousel. I mean, a lot. I think it definitely has that vibe to it. So I think a lot of people have really kind of got minded. They're actually working on a sequel to that as well. So hopefully we'll see what happens with that. Apparently this time Wesley's bringing in vampires. So that ought to be pretty interesting. So to see how that works out. But yeah, that's no, everything's like I said. Yeah, those two films are. That film's doing great. And then I got involved with another project on YouTube. A buddy of mine, Ryan Weiss, who used to come out and do 4-State Comic Con footage, is doing as a movie called The Legend of Crickfoot, which is a mockumentary kind of about like a Bigfoot type creature that has a quite the taste for a certain American delicacy that we'll find out. But that movie's been a lot of fun. Everybody's shooting remote roles for it. It's for charity, actually. It's actually for the local food bank in Bone Johnson's hometown, which is really cool. You don't see a lot of movies being made for charity, which is really interesting. So, and that's why everybody's been filming their own parts and everything. And we've got some pretty cool people involved. We've got Mel Heflin, who's a low budget screenplay. I'm sure you've seen her in a lot of stuff. We actually got Claire Bacon, who's from all the way in England. So that was pretty cool to get somebody like that. And I mean, just a lot of the usual suspects, of course. A lot of the that are in a lot of these movies: Jesse Green, Amanda Megan. Though we have a lot of very talented people who just love to work around here and love to do it, which is, that's what you need. You got to have that. So,
yeah, I considered sending something in. I didn't know if it was.
You should, man. You should be in it. Come on, that'd be fun.
I didn't know if I should do a character or more of myself.
Well, like I said, hey, we'll talk about that after the podcast. We'll talk about it. We'll get a hold of that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, yeah, I had an accent in mind.
We all have an accent in mind for something like this, but yeah, it's always it's usually it's usually of the southern variety, but yeah,
Yeah.
so but yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff happening. A lot of cool stuff happening, man. I'm just really it's really great that everybody's taken to this kind of stuff and everything, and things are going so well. For the film industry, the convention industry. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff going on here, and I mean, it's just and it's all thanks to people being so supportive of it.
And I think that's important, when people don't support, everything goes to
Yeah,
so
well, yeah, because you got no support, you got no product. That's how it is. I mean, and a
yeah.
lot of people don't seem to understand that. But I mean, and I tell you another great movie coming out of Virginia is The Slasher Nurse. That movie has just exploded. I mean, they've got almost like 60 grand budget. I mean, just yeah, I mean, another movie that's just exciting. I mean, Dave Kerr and Slasher 15 have done some wonderful things down there, from Go Away to Bloody Summer Camp, which and like I said, I mean, the Slasher Nurse has just done wonderful, and he's got a great cast and great crew for that too. It looks amazing. I can't wait for that to come out next year as well. It's going to be next year's going to be a great year for movies. I think it's going to be here for a local film with The Only Ones and the Slasher Nurse and other great stuff that's being worked on in this area.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. I like that title, Bloody Nurse. Reminds me of Silent Hill.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. So it's kind of a reboot of their original two films, which were done on a much smaller budget and much less experience. But I mean, but I mean, that's it's definitely something to check out. I mean, this new one is definitely something to check out. And the latest movie just came out too, Go Away. That movie's has done pretty well. And Bloody Summer Camp, of course, has been everywhere for the last 2 years. It feels like that movie's just really taking on a life of its own. So that's fantastic.
um, did you? Because I saw this movie last night. Have you heard of the movie Piggy?
Yes, I have. That was the European film, I believe, right? It's like it was
Yes.
like yeah. Well, what did you think of that? What did you think of that film?
I thought it was I thought it was I think it's good because at first it's kind of bizarre. Um,
Yeah.
that that she's getting bullied, and that could always be an emotional and trigger thing. And
Absolutely.
but the fact when the girl first gets kidnapped and she's just like standing there, and just
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
lets it happen, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. Spoiler alert, everybody, for those who haven't seen this movie yet. Yeah, but for anybody, but I mean, yeah, no, it definitely, it's definitely kind of takes on a life of its own. That's for sure.
and then like the whole ending, like I thought it was interesting because I thought maybe she would go the way that I thought she would, and she didn't. So it's a nice surprise that that she
Yeah,
doesn't
it
go
is
the way
definitely a twist. Definitely a very twisted ending. I watched a film. What was it? The other week, it was pretty good on Amazon Prime, called "There's Something Wrong with the Children." That was actually pretty good. It was actually it was definitely that one, kind of one of those possession-y type movies or whatever. But it was solid. I actually had a decent story behind it instead of just jump scare after jump scare after jump scare like most of them are. It just seems like a lot of them rely on that now. And it's funny. A friend of mine was just doing some promotion down in, I think it was Florida, for the new Nun movie, which which is pretty cool. But I wasn't a fan of the first one, really. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. Just sometimes those movies just don't grab me, I guess. But I mean, obviously they're popular. People love them. They make a lot of money, so.
Yep, just like that cocaine bear.
Oh Lord, Cocaine Bear. As a matter of fact, I was going to say the unofficial sequel is actually being made here. It's called Crackoon, about a cracked out raccoon. So he's like, yeah, we have the unofficial sequel happening. The unofficial sequel happening right here. Yeah, I was going to say it's pretty wild. Like I said, yeah, it's funny how sometimes these little movies can just take on a life of their own. I mean, like kind of like, what was the other one? The Winnie the Pooh one. The Winnie the Pooh horror movie was the blood and honey. I actually went to the theater and saw that. That was interesting. I mean, had a lot of good gore effects to it. Of course, critiquing the acting in a movie like that, I guess, is kind of it's kind of a moot point, because of course, I mean, but that's usually how these movies work. But it did have some pretty good gore effects and whatnot. I mean, but yeah, it was. I mean, that seems like that's a lot of what's big right now is the over the top gore, like with that and Terrifier 2 and like movies like that. And like people just they just want like gore and more gore.
I wanted to be like, that's what happens, Christopher Robin, when you don't bring him honey. He goes AWOL.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, well, it basically was what happened when they abandoned him.
Yeah.
That basically was what happened, which was interesting. But yeah, that's definitely it was definitely an interesting little movie. Definitely was. I just enjoyed it for the fact that a low budget movie like that got a theatrical run. It's I said that, and it feels like that's kind of more what the theaters are going for. It seems like with these big budget movies, kind of flopping now. We're not flopping, but not doing as well as they think. I mean, The Flash did not do well. This Blue Beetle movie's not doing well. I mean, a lot of these, I think people are just getting a little tired, I think, of the superhero movies. I mean, I think they've just kind of gotten run to the ground. I think they're just kind of out of ideas. Now, the new Guardians movie was fantastic. I did enjoy that a lot. But a lot of these, I think they're just throwing out these third and fourth tier characters, and they're just like, yeah, nobody really seems to care or whatever. It's just, but yeah, it just feels to me like I think it's just gone. Because what have we had about 10 to 15 years of the superhero stuff? It's just like, I think people are finally, wanting something different, which is cool.
Yeah, I was impressed with the Mario movie. I didn't think I would like that, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I haven't seen that, but I've heard good. I heard good things about it. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard good things about that one. But yeah, like what I'm talking about, like The Flash, like movies like that. It feels like they're just, they've just kind of gone stagnant or whatever. Of course, the DC universe has been kind of stagnant for a while. It feels like they've definitely never achieved the success of the Marvel stuff, which is sad because I like some of their stuff better than the Marvel stuff. I mean, I like, of course, I guess because it's darker and more adult oriented, I guess is why I like it. But that's we'll see what happens there. But but yeah, no, I think a lot of people are starting to go back to the more like stripped down real movies. They're not trying to see at 2.5 hours of CGI explosions like all these other like a lot of these movies are.
So that's the DC and Marvel universe. But when I think of like old horror movies, I think of like The Blob.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about the original or the 80s remake? Or are you talking about like the 1950s one?
Well, I like the 80s one, I think
the 80s one was good. The 80s one was actually one of the better remakes. I thought one of the better remakes in general. One of the better horror remakes in general. That one was good. The Night of the Living Dead remake was good. The one with Tony Todd. That was a very good remake. I thought. Yeah, there were some pretty decent remakes in the 80s. I mean, you know what I mean. And you go back and watch some of the ones from like the 2000s. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday the 13th. They were better than you remember them being too. At least I thought so. I mean, I always enjoyed the Anchor Bay, the two Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, the beginning and the one with Brett Wagner / Andrew Bernarski. I thought that was a very good new take on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, much more so than some of the other ones. Much more than some of the other takes on it.
Yeah, it just depends, I remember the one with Jessica Biel. It's all right.
Oh, good. The one you talking about, like the one with Matthew McConaughey Jessica Biel was in 2003, I thought, wasn't she?
Yes, 2003.
Yeah, 2003 was a good one. I was thinking of Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey in that one. Oh my, that was bad. That was really bad. I remember. Yeah, that was just not good.
You could just see it being like, you have a chainsaw? It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
All right. Yeah, good old McConaughey. It definitely seems like horror's doing well again. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who carries the torch, whether it's Art the Clown or whether it's whoever it is. We'll see what happens with it. I know they're making apparently they're making a 10th Saw movie. So it's like, wow, okay. A friend of mine were talking about that the other day. It's like, man, as long as Tobin Bell, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Nev Campbell are alive, we have Scream, Halloween, and Saw. It's like we have those movies. It's like, it's crazy. But
yeah.
I guess you gotta give the people what they want, though, That's wow.
So, as far as is there any goals for 2024?
Well, like I said, just trying to get where we got the only ones, and we're gonna be hot. That thing's gonna be hard to escape because it's gonna be everywhere, hopefully. And like I said, yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And I mean, like I said, we got of course, there's Carolina Fear Fest coming. Hopefully, we're gonna be doing some good stuff for that. I mean, we got I was gonna say we got definitely been talking about planning that or whatever, and we got well that's always exciting. And like I said, we got 4-State Comic Con. I mean, we got a lot. I mean, again, got a lot of great stuff out. I mean, there's always cool stuff to look forward to. Hopefully another one. I mean, I got 2 more films of mine. Hopefully we'll be done by 2024, and that's Head on the Writer's Block, and which is an anthology film about a guy with writer's block who finds new inspiration basically in a different way and it's an anthology with different shorts, kind of like Trick or Treat or Creep Show or one of those kind of films. And it's been a lot of fun. We've been working on that. It's been a lot of fun because it's been showcasing everybody, all the different actors, all the different directors in the area. I wanted to make sure to try to include everybody at least once. And the other film that we're working on is Absurd Production Pictures, of course, the label that did Brazen Impact, Remnants, Bigfoot. I mean, they've been around for a while now. I mean, well, actually, Mark's been around for about 20 years now. And we're going to be doing a new horror film called Blood and Breakfast. So fun name. Yeah, so it's going to be kind of more like a horror whodunit type thing. And I mean, there's always something to look forward to. So how about Dan-A-Plooza? What are you looking forward to this year? What do you got? What cons and what stuff are you looking forward to coming up?
So as far as Dan-A-Plooza, I'm gonna go to the Marietta Monster Mash. It's in Marietta.
Oh, cool! Yeah, I heard about that show. Yeah, somebody told me about that show. Yeah.
They're gonna have Lee Waddle from Scream.
Oh yeah. I've seen he's been making the rounds. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They have the boy from Pet Sematary. He played Gage.
Nice.
Miko Hughes.
Oh, Miko. Yeah, Miko's great. Yeah, we've hung out with him. I've hung out with him before. He's a good guy.
I have a Funko Pop that glows in the dark of him. So
very cool.
And then who else? They have Zach Ward from Freddy vs. Jason and A Christmas Story.
Oh yes, Scott Farkas. Yes, yeah, nice. Yeah.
They also have William Perry, who's done music and I think stunts for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I think he's Robert Englund's stunt. He was Robert Englund's stunt double. I want to say. Yeah, I've talked to him before. He seems like a nice guy.
And then the other actor from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. He does a lot of conventions. Oh,
the guy who played Leatherface?
Yes.
Bob Elmore?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Elmore. Yeah, Bob's a nice guy. I've talked to him before. Yeah, he's a pretty good dude too. Yeah, it sounds like they got a great lineup especially for a first year show. It sounds like they're. I really hope it does well. Ohio seems like they have a big horror scene out in Ohio. It feels like I know a lot of people that do movies out there. It's definitely got a lot. They have definitely a lot going on out there, which is really cool.
Yes, and then so I got that, and then we'll see. I've been asked sometimes for the pinup to judge a pinup contest, so maybe it'll be a Dan-A-Plooza pinup contest. Nice. I couldn't do it before because I was moving and it was just not the time.
Wow, of course.
So I don't know. I don't know if I should do Dan-A-Plooza like greaser mode, and like grease and like have like
yeah. They go do it. Get like they got the slick back hair and the cuff jeans, the white t-shirt with the cigarette pack rolled in it. Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be fun.
And so like it would be very hard to not be like musical. Which one are you picking, Dan? You're the one that I want? Oh, wait, sorry, copyright. No, scratch that.
Right, you gotta make sure you, yeah, don't do that.
So, but I definitely feel like I could do some songs and some tunage, so we could see, but that would be a lot of fun. So, that's the goals, and then I think we're going to do another acting panel. We're going to bring in C. Ernst Arth. I don't know if you know him.
I do. Yeah, I do actually know him. Yeah, the guy from 13 Ghosts, and he was in a lot of stuff. Scooby Doo. He's a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. So yeah, that's awesome.
He's not done many conventions. I think it's because of his
Sums up with like his passport or something like that. That's because he's from Canada. I know he's in Canada, so there's something going on with that. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, that's what I've heard about it at least.
But we got some of those, and then we have another podcast coming on called Keep It Real Podcast, and they talk about everything, but they're mostly 3 generations of ladies, and they talk mostly about wrestling.
That sounds like fun. That's cool.
Yep. So, but that'll be what we got going on. Is there anything else you want to promote on Dan-A-Plooza as we wrap up today?
No, I think we're good. Just check out Zero on the Kings of Horror YouTube channel, and check out Kings of Horror YouTube channel. They got a lot of great movies on there for free, all uncut, all free, right on YouTube. It's a really cool channel, and so we can keep doing stuff on there. And I mean we got like I said, I mean there's always a lot going on. So like I said, just keep it up, and we'll like I said, hopefully we'll see each other real soon.
Yep, I think so. I know I'm kind of busy the next couple of months, so probably in 2024. But
sounds like a plan.
To it, and you take care and have a good evening. Dan-A-Plooza continues next with Miss Christina.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, take care.
Take it easy, bud.